From unsettling clips of shapeshifters and skinwalkers to footage of strange alien activities up in the sky, and even some captures of paranormal encounters. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we delve into each mysterious capture. I know we all think we're invincible sometimes, and maybe we don't always listen to our friends' advice. But let me tell you, there are times when their warnings can save you from a living nightmare. Like what happened to this hunter. This video follows a hunter on a solo trip into the Siberian wilderness. His friend specifically warned him against venturing into a particularly desolate area, rife with rumors of strange and unsettling paranormal activity. But fueled by bravado, our hunter ignored the caution and forged ahead. The video starts out innocently enough, with our hunter recording scenic nature footage as he ventures deeper into the forest. But as darkness falls, the mood takes a sharp turn. He decides to camp in a remote location, a choice that quickly becomes unsettling. As he was sleeping, his rest was shattered by a jarring metallic clang, the only metal object in his possession being his weapon. Fear replaces sleep, keeping him on edge. Suddenly, blood-curdling screams pierce the silence, originating from the distant woods. Recognizing the unnaturalness of these sounds in the forest, he grabs his camera and rifle and flees in terror. The rest of the night is spent running and hiding in trees as the sounds worsen. An unnerving mix of children's cries and adult screams, unlike anything he's ever heard before. Driven to desperation, he fires warning shots with his gun. Thankfully, the sounds diminish, suggesting the source has retreated. This video is seriously creepy, and it's a clear case of why you should listen to your friends when they tell you somewhere isn't safe. Have you ever talked to someone who worked in police forensics, especially dealing with video footage? I bet they've seen some terrifying stuff, but nothing quite like this. Creepy, right? This video comes from a police investigation department. It shows a car that was involved in a roadside accident. The videographer recorded the wrecked car at the scene, but when he took it back to the office for editing, he saw something horrifying. Slowing down the video, they noticed a distorted child's face in the back seat, staring directly at the camera. There's no mistaking it, a child's face, somehow appearing inside the wrecked car. The videographer was in shock, thinking it might be his imagination. But when he showed it to other editors, they saw it too. This child's face materialized from the seat back, staring right into the camera in a way that's just bone-chillingly creepy. According to the police report, the family involved in the accident was taken to the hospital, and there was nobody else in the car at the time of the recording. So, who was that child? A ghost? The spirit of someone who met a similar fate in that very spot? This video is seriously unsettling, and it leaves you with more questions than answers. What do you guys think? According to Navajo legends, skinwalkers are terrifying shapeshifters who can transform into animals. While these tales might seem like campfire spooks, one homeowner's recent experience will shake you up. This video comes straight from a homeowner who noticed his three-legged dog acting strange. We all know dogs can be goofy, but this was next level weirdness. So, the homeowner decided to catch it on camera. In the video, you see a doorway. Then, something shuffles past on 2 legs. But that's not all. The thing actually walks through the doorway. And guess what? It's the homeowner's dog, but moving in a way that'll send shivers down your spine. It's walking on 2 legs, smoothly and efficiently, which is just plain unnatural for a dog with a missing limb. The homeowner says the weirdness didn't stop there. The dog's behavior around food was off the charts too. Now here's the thing that freaks me out. Maybe the dog learned to walk like that to compensate for its missing leg. But what if that's not the case? What if, I hate to even say it, what if it wasn't the homeowner's dog at all? Maybe it was a skinwalker. I sure wouldn't want to be in that homeowner's shoes. Reddit, land of the ultra-specific question and the downright terrifying story. This one definitely falls into the latter category.
Hello?
This video features a girl calling her boyfriend Zach, but the answer she gets is anything but comforting. In the video, she starts recording the call, and what comes through the speaker will send chills down your spine. It's not your typical bad connection static. No, these are screeching, inhuman noises that sound like something out of a horror movie. Like a creepy creature breathing into the microphone, trying and failing miserably to form words. The whole 2 minutes are filled with this unearthly sound. The girl, understandably freaked out, heads to her boyfriend's place after the call ends. Guess what? He claims he never made that call, and his phone history backs him up. So, who was on the other end? Now, some might say it's just static. But trust me, static doesn't screech like that. There's also the prank theory. Maybe Zach pulled a fast one and deleted the call log. No way he could mimic that. They were pure nightmare fuel. This one seriously creeps me out. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Security cameras are supposed to give us peace of mind, right? A watchful eye over our precious belongings. But sometimes they capture things that leave us with more chills than comfort. This footage comes from a homeowner's security camera in California, and what it caught is downright strange. It's a short clip, barely 3 seconds long. We see a seemingly ordinary living room when suddenly, did you see that? A figure darts through the doorway. It moves with a blur, disappearing into another room. Now, here's the scary part. The homeowner swears nobody was home at that time. They were all out for dinner. So, what was that? Slowing down the video only makes it creepier. The figure seems almost transparent. A wisp of smoke vaguely resembling a child. Needless to say, the homeowner is shaken. This wasn't just some playful kid roaming the house after bedtime. Some clips are short, but full of chaos. What the? This guy knew to start filming before anything was happening, so I am guessing they set it all up. We see a guy just frantically running from the forest, stumbling down next to the car. After which moment, a deer suddenly appears from that spot. The guy keeps on laughing. I'm not exactly sure what is going on, so maybe you can let me know. I have no idea where the deer appeared from, and what is up with the guy. Is he fine? I would be more worried about the guy and also the deer, instead of laughing. They say animals have a sixth sense, that they can see things we can't. But lately, even our cameras seem to be picking up on the unseen. This next video, captured just this year, 2024, on a farm, is a real head-scratcher. The video shows two cows peacefully enjoying a night on the farm. Suddenly, something bizarre occurs. As one cow grazes and the other rests, a small humanoid figure materializes out of thin air. This figure walks past the black cow and then vanishes as inexplicably as it appeared. The figure resembles a short human with disproportionate features. Long legs, a small torso, and a large, oddly shaped head. Its entire body appears white and almost textured. Based solely on its appearance, one might think it's an alien due to its elongated limbs and prominent head. However, the way it materializes and disappears without a trace suggests a more paranormal explanation. Whatever it is, those cows couldn't care less. They're just going about their bovine business, completely unfazed. When we talk about cute animals, bear cubs are often the first thing that comes to mind. However, this video will completely shift those thoughts. A hiker was on an adventure in a forest in China when he encountered his worst nightmare. In the video, we see the Chinese hiker holding a wooden stick, looking scared and trying to fend off something in the bushes. He is screaming towards the bushes, but we can't see what it is. Suddenly, the source of his fear reveals itself. A grown bear cub. The bear comes rushing and charging towards the hiker, who screams and uses the stick to defend himself. The bear cub starts pawing and trying to bite the hiker, but the hiker stands his ground. This ferocious encounter goes on for a while, until the bear cub realizes the hiker is a difficult target and leaves. It was a tense face-off, and I think the hiker should have been better prepared. In situations like this, bear spray would have worked like magic. Darkness. It's wired into our brains to fear it. That vast unknown where anything could be lurking. But what's even scarier, when you know something's out there, but you have no idea what it is. This clip, captured by a thermal night vision camera in the remote Canadian woods, is seriously messing with me. In the footage, we see a dense forest at nighttime. As the camera pans around, it captures thermal signals of something on a treetop. The cameraman, however, dismisses it as some kind of bird's nest. The camera continues searching until, on its return, it discovers a figure in the trees. This figure looks humanoid and is strolling through the woods. Remember, it's late at night, and this human is wandering in the woods at that time, in that deep darkness. It's a confusing and slightly scary sight, seeing a person like that. Maybe this person is lost or needs help. But when the camera first passed that spot, there was no one there. And what about the thermal signals from the top of that tree? It's a truly confusing and terrifying video. This next clip shows a truly strange and rare capture by a New York local, resembling a doomsday event. Amazing or concerning? This video, captured by a New York City resident, showcases an incredibly strange and otherworldly phenomenon unfolding in the sky. The footage reveals an eerie blue glow emanating across the entire cityscape, bathing New York City in an unsettling light. The sight left many residents confused and bewildered, as evidenced by multiple recordings capturing the event. But don't worry, It wasn't an alien invasion. In reality, it was a transformer explosion at an electrical station in New York City. The blue light you see is from that electrical explosion. The electrical fire caused by the explosion emitted a blue color, which is why the sky appears this way. While it may look kind of amazing and mesmerizing from a distance, close-up views, let's just say, were considered beautiful at all. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Have you ever felt like the world is glitching? Like we're stuck in some giant computer simulation and things just aren't working right? Well, this video involving a news helicopter might have you convinced. Believe it or not, this video isn't frozen. It was filmed by a Texas farmer who captured a strange sight involving a news helicopter. In the video, a news channel helicopter hovers overhead. However, the helicopter's blades appear to be motionless. While the helicopter itself flies and moves forward, the blades look frozen in place. Even during descent for landing, the blades seem unmoving. Glitch in the matrix? Not quite. The culprit here is the camera's frame rate. Movies and videos are captured at specific frame rates. If the video is shot at 30 frames per second, and the helicopter's blades rotate at 30 times per second, they'll be in the same position in every frame, making them appear frozen. In essence, the blades sync up with the camera's frame rate, creating the illusion of a glitch. This next clip is a real wake-up call for anyone who hops in their car without a quick look underneath. Trust me, it could save a life, and maybe a feathered friend too. This TikTok video perfectly demonstrates why checking your tires before you drive is crucial. In the video, the user pans down to their Jeep wheel, and there, nestled right in, is a whole owl. The owl's perched there, completely camouflaged until the camera catches its eye. Suddenly, it's all alertness and defense. The owl opens its wings to intimidate the cameraman, and then jumps on him, leaving him startled. The video ends there, but I can't imagine what would have happened if the driver hadn't checked and just started driving. But why do animals do that? Hide under our cars. Outdoor animals looking for cover. They're warm for quite a while after being parked, and have lots of cozy spots to curl up in. So this owl just saw some warmth under there and hid. Thank God the owl was lucky enough that the driver checked before starting the car. There are two camps when it comes to extraterrestrial life: believers and skeptics. This video might just make the doubters think twice. The clip, which appears to originate in Sweden, captures a truly bizarre sight in the night sky. While an empty street occupies the foreground, the real star of the show is high above. As the camera zooms in, we see multiple lights arranged in an unusual formation, reminiscent of a saucer or some otherworldly dish. Upon closer inspection, the object even seems to possess a definite shape, like a massive unknown flying object hovering over a Swedish town. The authenticity of the video is certainly questionable. Something of that size would likely have garnered significant attention from local news outlets. However, it's also possible that this particular sighting simply hasn't reached the public eye yet. We've all had that eerie feeling of being watched, but this clip from Sri Lanka takes it to a whole new level. The video, captured by an apartment resident in Sri Lanka, could be mistaken for a divine presence keeping watch. It showcases the view from their window, where a peculiar cloud formation takes center stage from the very beginning. The shape bears an uncanny resemblance to a monster humanoid figure with glowing eyes seemingly fixated on the camera. However, before you jump to conclusions, it's important to remember this is simply a cloud formation, not a living entity or monster. The glowing eyes are most likely a result of sunlight peeking through gaps in the clouds. Despite the natural explanation, the cloud's elongated shape, with its long arms and torso, is undeniably creepy and could send shivers down your spine. Ghosts and spirits, as much as they are scary and terrifying, can also be very annoying and mischievous. Just like what this homeowner encountered.
We came into the kitchen and every single cabinet is open.
Who could be behind it? This video was recorded by a homeowner in the middle of the night when they heard banging noises from their kitchen. In the video, we see that the whole kitchen is a mess, with every drawer and cupboard wide open. The homeowner shows everything on camera, and we can see everything was left wide open. The mother of the owner is also confused about what just happened. The homeowner blames it on paranormal activities. However, to me, it looks like there could have been someone breaking into the house and searching in the kitchen. But again, why would someone search in the kitchen if they broke into the house to steal? This is quite chilling and bizarre footage. Rumors of our school being built on a cemetery and harboring ghostly activity have swirled for years, but this video from a night janitor might be the proof we never expected.
See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh! No, I can't.
The clip, captured by a school janitor during his late shift, features an encounter that seems ripped straight from a horror movie. In the video, the janitor explains the school's history and the stories of strange occurrences whispered among past janitors. He then enters a classroom littered with balloons and graffiti, remnants of a recent party. However, his focus quickly shifts to a single balloon exhibiting unusual behavior. The janitor claims the balloon seems to follow him around the room, even when he's not looking directly at it. We see him inflate the balloon, and then witness it move seemingly on its own before trailing behind him. Though visibly taken aback, the janitor continues filming as he exits the classroom. The balloon persists in its pursuit, floating down the hallway after him, until the video cuts out. One can't help but wonder what caused the balloon's bizarre movements. Its slow, deliberate following is undeniably creepy. In that situation, most of us wouldn't hesitate to grab a needle just to be safe. There's a reason why desolate roads at night make most of us nervous, and this video from India perfectly captures that feeling. Did you notice that? A tourist in India was traveling towards Tiger Point and casually recording a Snapchat of the road at 1 in the morning when something really creepy was captured in his snap. In the video, we see the driver navigating a desolate, rainy road. He passes a car parked on the roadside with its headlights on, and the video ends. Everything seems fine, right? Not until we slow down the video at the 4-second mark. You see a hand appears on the windshield from above. The hand looks humanoid, but there's something creepy about it. It appeared out of nowhere, and the driver didn't notice it at the time. He only saw it later when he was back at his apartment and reviewed his snap. Whose hand was that? Was it linked to the car parked on the roadside? It's all truly unsettling. A New Jersey homeowner, plagued by mysterious nighttime disturbances in the kitchen, decided to set up a Ring camera to catch the culprit. The resulting footage left them utterly unsettled. The video, captured by the Ring camera positioned in the homeowner's kitchen, reveals a scene of disarray. Dishes scattered across the counter. But amidst the clutter, an even more unsettling event unfolds. A broom leaning against the counter near the fridge suddenly topples over, propelled by an unseen force, and crashes into a glass jar, shattering it completely. The homeowner was fast asleep upstairs at the time of the incident. With no one else present, the broom's movement and the force with which it struck the jar are undeniably strange. While the video doesn't definitively prove anything paranormal, it certainly suggests an unexplained phenomenon. One thing's for sure. The homeowner now has undeniable evidence that something unusual is happening in their house. A group of friends set out on a drive to test the new forward-looking infrared night vision system on their ultimate tow rig, but what they captured on camera was far from what they expected. As they cruised down a desolate road at night for the test, they encountered a bizarre sight: a hairy humanoid creature crossing their path. Multiple cameras mounted on the truck recorded the mysterious being, revealing its tall, humanoid appearance and unique walk that didn't resemble any known animal. The creature, brown in color, stood out against the darkness of the night. According to the friends, this creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot, with sightings reported in other parts of Grizzled Gloosh in recent times. So what do you think? Was it truly Bigfoot, or perhaps just someone pulling a prank on the friends? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. This video comes from Aiguille du Midi and captures a heart-stopping moment during a mountain climb. In the footage recorded on a climber's GoPro camera, we see a group of professional climbers embarking on a climb up the Aiguille du Midi mountain. They appear well equipped with climbing gear and seem experienced. As one of the hikers reaches the cameraman, he pauses to relay something to the camera before taking his next step. Suddenly, he slips and begins sliding down the icy track. It's a breathtaking moment, as even a split-second delay, or a failure to secure a grip, could have led to a disastrous fall down the mountain. The narrow and treacherous path they're navigating down looks incredibly daunting. After witnessing such a close call, it's understandable why some might opt to steer clear of hiking adventures. Do you believe in miracles? If you're like me and you don't, then this video might make you reconsider. Recorded in a forest, this video showcases a truly unusual sight. A water fountain emerging from a tree trunk. The water pressure is surprisingly high, and it seems to flow endlessly from the tree. Many viewers who already saw this video find this scene confusing, with some even considering it a miracle or something paranormal. However, I believe there's a logical explanation for this phenomenon. I've read somewhere that when you cut a tree after it has absorbed recent rain, it can release water. But I must admit, this fountain-like display is quite extraordinary. There could be a hidden source of water, such as a pipe concealed behind the tree by the person filming the video. Even if the video turns out to be fabricated and fake, I must commend the creator for making it incredibly convincing. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside, and what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This video starts innocently enough with a few guys filming something odd in the distance. The one filming makes reference to black dots, but their attention, and ours, is very soon diverted to the large human scaling the forest edge. We hear the cameraman's exclamation that it is a skinwalker.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? Follow him. I videoed it.
Within Navajo culture, a skinwalker is characterized as a malevolent witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or camouflaging themselves as an animal. I was under the assumption, however, that skinwalkers ever only came out at night. This is in broad daylight. I'm really not sure what to make of it. The creature is huge, almost reaching the tops of the trees. Unfortunately, it isn't long before the guys lost the creature, so we can't be sure what it was that we saw. This lady has found one of the strangest looking creatures. At first it does look like some sort of a abnormal rat, crawling without any limbs. However, as strange and alien as these creatures are, there's actually a logical explanation. This bizarre creature is called the rat-tailed maggot. So it is not a rat, but rather a maggot. It is the larval or immature stage of a fly. These whitish larvae measure around 3 to 4 inches in length and possess a distinctive feature, an elongated tail of approximately 1 to 2 inches in length. This tail serves as a breathing tube for the maggots when they are submerged in water. As they reach maturity, the maggots become a nuisance by crawling away from their breeding site in search of a dry location where they can undergo metamorphosis and transition into the adult stage. As creepy as they look, they are completely harmless, so the lady in this video was in no danger. This guy was walking around in a forest, filming as he was doing his stroll, but when looking back at his footage, he found something strange caught on camera. Right at the end of this footage, the camera caught the sight of a strange lizard-like creature which can be seen emerging from a tree stump. The cameraman obviously did notice, as we can see how he freaked. It is indeed a frightening sight to see while walking all alone in a forest. But honestly, I think that rather than a mysterious creature, it is more likely a type of lizard. But even that would be hoping for too much. There is so much driftwood and debris out in the forest that it is quite easily just a strange shaped piece of wood. There are strange creatures among us, for sure. This isn't one of them. These remarkable images, captured by a trail camera deep in the forests of Oregon, have ignited a wave of speculation and wonder. From the very first glance, it becomes apparent that we may be in the presence of the legendary and elusive creature known as Bigfoot. The figure, towering amidst the trees, exhibits distinct humanoid characteristics, captivating the imagination with its enigmatic presence. However, it is the additional element that truly adds an extra layer of intrigue to this already fascinating encounter. Upon closer examination, an unexpected revelation unfolds. Nestled securely on the back of the majestic Bigfoot, a smaller figure becomes visible. This diminutive companion, seemingly a baby, clings tenaciously to its larger counterpart, gripping onto the strands of hair. The resemblance between the two is striking, suggesting a kinship. The notion that these awe-inspiring beings may indeed be a Bigfoot and its offspring opens up a world of possibilities. Could these elusive creatures possess complex familial structures and social dynamics? Do they, like humans and other mammals, exhibit maternal instincts and nurture their young? The presence of the baby Bigfoot lends further credence to the existence of an entire species. Could this remarkable trail camera footage be the key that unlocks the secrets surrounding Bigfoot's elusive nature? We can see someone filming some sort of animal in a ditch that is approaching. The person filming is backing as the creature is approaching. At first glance, one might be inclined to believe that the approaching creature is a bear cub, given its initial size and the cautious retreat of the person behind the camera. However, as the lens focuses and the animal turns to reveal its profile, we quickly see that this is not the case. The creature possesses a unique amalgamation of features: a sizable head, a compact body adorned with a dense coat of hair, and short limbs that convey an uncanny fusion of monkey-like attributes with those reminiscent of a rat. Its distinct form is enough to elicit both fascination and trepidation, leaving us to question the very nature of its existence. As the scene unfolds, our attention is drawn to the creature's behavior. It exhibits a mixture of curiosity and caution, a primal instinct driving it to explore its surroundings while remaining wary of the human presence. We witness its repeated attempts to scale the grassy wall beside the ditch, an endeavor that suggests a desire to evade potential danger or seek refuge in the elevated terrain. The intensity of the encounter heightens as the creature persists in its approach towards the person filming. What drives it to venture towards the human observer? Is it driven by curiosity, a quest for food, or perhaps an unknown instinctual desire for connection? However, just as the anticipation reaches its peak, the video abruptly ends, leaving us yearning for more. What exactly was this enigmatic creature that crossed paths with the intrepid filmmaker? In a video, captured by a trail camera into the forest as the snow gently descends, painting the landscape in shades of white and gray. The camera records a captivating scene. The subject of the footage is a large, black furry creature moving with purpose behind the trees. Its appearance and movement suggest a figure straight out of folklore, reminiscent of Bigfoot, a creature that has long inhabited the space between myth and possibility in the minds of many. Due to the distance and the limitations of the trail camera, the details of the creature's features remain indistinct, making me wonder, is that really Bigfoot, or could it be someone playing a prank on us? I am saying this because in the few frames we get of its body and arms, the arms seem very short, human-like. And as far as my Bigfoot knowledge goes, their arms are supposed to be way longer to their body proportion compared to us. In this video, we find a man running into a forest. The shaky, blurry nature of the video, caused by the rapid movement and possibly the filmer's heightened state of adrenaline, initially obscures the reason behind this frenzied dash through the trees. For a brief moment, the man pauses, allowing the camera to focus on what has spurred his flight, a dark, hairy figure moving stealthily behind the veil of the forest foliage. The glimpse is fleeting and details are scant, leaving viewers in suspense, questioning what they've just seen. The chase resumes, with the sound of hurried footsteps and the man's heavy breathing dominating the soundtrack of this impromptu forest thriller. It's not until the next pause in his escape that the camera finally captures a clearer image of the pursuer. Emerging from behind the trees is a tall, bipedal, black, and profoundly hairy creature, moving with an eerie deliberateness. Its appearance for those fleeting seconds is strikingly reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. This video leaves me with many questions. What was that creature, and why was it moving so fast that the man had to run just to catch a glimpse of it? What is hiding out there into the forest? This nighttime video, from a driver's perspective, is pretty wild. There's a car stopped in the road, and out of nowhere, this deer bolts from the field straight towards it. Just as it gets to the car, the back door swings open. Now, we can't tell if the person inside the car opened it, or if the deer did some deer magic, but what comes next is nuts. The deer tries to get into the car like it's trying to hitch a ride or something. The person in the back seat isn't having any of it though, and starts pushing at the deer with their feet, trying to keep it out. It's some pretty unusual stuff to see. Personally, I find this moment a bit intense and kind of strange. I mean, you hear about deer jumping in front of cars, but trying to jump in one. That's new. It makes you wonder what got into that deer to make it act that way. Maybe it was scared or confused, but either way, it's a reminder that driving at night can bring all kinds of unexpected encounters, especially with wildlife. It's one of those stories that you'd tell over and over because, honestly, who's going to believe a deer tried to carpool with you? This video shows us a bit of unexpected wildlife drama playing out on a house porch, caught by a surveillance camera. A man is outside, looking like he's trying to figure out how to deal with an uninvited guest. A woodchuck. He claps his hands, probably to scare off the animal, but that woodchuck isn't having it. Then the man tosses something toward the little critter, maybe thinking that'll convince it to hit the road. But things take a turn. That woodchuck isn't scared easily. Instead of running away, it charges towards the man. He beats a hasty retreat back into his house, slamming the door behind him, just as the woodchuck hustles past and out of sight. Honestly, this is a little funny to me. It's like the woodchuck's got guts standing its ground. But it also makes you think about how we're living in these animals' spaces. And sometimes, they're just as surprised by us as we are by them. It's a wild little reminder that nature can always throw a curveball our way, even right on our own porches. This video is from a TikTok account called Sasquatch Watcher, showcasing a sighting of a creature resembling a Sasquatch. The footage captures a view of tall trees, and within it, a sizable and hefty creature is seen passing by. The creature's height and broad body structure are evident when compared to the surrounding trees, suggesting it could be around 10 to 12 feet tall. Cloaked in thick black fur and displaying a humanoid posture, the uploader claims it to be a Russian Bigfoot, a claim not far-fetched based on its appearance. Witnessing such a massive creature roaming the forest is both scary and unsettling. The towering size suggests immense power and potential for destruction. Perhaps it's for the best that these creatures remain hidden and undisturbed in their natural habitat. Warning: if you have a fear of spiders, it's advised to avoid watching the following clip. The footage is from the Aussie Reptile Park, showcasing the rare moment of a funnel web spider egg opening. As the egg sac is revealed, numerous spiders emerge, some appearing alive, while others seem lifeless. Notably, there is a noticeable color variation on their undersides. Once the egg is opened, spiders start crawling out one by one. Funnel web spider egg sacs typically hatch between 50 to 150 spiderlings, creating a visually overwhelming scene. Imagining these spiders growing into adults and contributing to the population is quite unsettling. It's crucial to note the potential danger associated with funnel web spiders. Their bites are venomous and considered potentially life-threatening due to the highly toxic nature of their venom. Prepare yourself if you have arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, as this video from an Australian wildlife photographer showcases a surprising encounter with nature. The photographer points the camera towards what seems like grass on a tree. However, upon poking the grassy patch with a stick, the horrifying truth is revealed. It's not grass but a cluster of spiders, numbering in the thousands. As the photographer disrupts their piece, the spiders start scurrying and moving, creating an eerie and unsettling sight. Despite their creepy appearance, these spiders are neither poisonous nor aggressive. They are simply hibernating together on the tree until disturbed. Fortunately, it's relatively rare for these spiders to form such clusters in homes, as they typically prefer desolate places like abandoned buildings or trees. However, if you have a room that hasn't been visited for a while, be cautious, as they might decide to take up residence there. Want to see what a creature straight from a nightmare looks like? This video, captured by Vietnamese fishermen, unveils a really unsettling creature. When you first see it, it's this huge alien-looking thing with a bunch of moving arms and a body that looks like a stack of tentacles. It's pretty massive, and all the tentacles seem to be doing their own thing.
Con này là con gì đây không biết luôn quý vị ơi.
Even though it's super eerie, the creature stays in one spot, and we're left wondering where its mouth is, or how it eats. Some people think the key to its functions is in the central base, while others suggest it might be a rare underwater plant, just chilling in the deep sea because of its weird structure. This video really makes you think about the mysteries of the ocean and the strange creatures that live there. What do you think about this creepy thing from the deep sea? This video, pulled from Facebook and quite an old one, takes us to a strange scene in the middle of nowhere, a drainage system standing alone. After a few seconds into the video, a head pops out from the drainage pipe, and things take a spooky turn. Upon closer inspection, the head bears a resemblance to what many people would describe as an alien. The alien-like creature peeks out for just a few seconds before the video abruptly ends, leaving us with a multitude of questions. Why was the person recording in the middle of nowhere, focusing on a drainage pipe? What on earth, or possibly not from Earth, was that alien-like being doing inside the drainage system? Now, some skeptics out there claim that the video is a result of computer-generated imagery. However, those who argue otherwise point to the seamless blending of the creature's skin texture with the background, making it challenging to believe it's computer-generated imagery. The mystery behind this odd encounter leaves us contemplating the possibilities of extraterrestrial visits, or perhaps just a well-executed, yet bizarre, video moment in the middle of nowhere. After witnessing albino versions of pandas, raccoons, and deer, it's time for an albino mountain goat to steal the spotlight. This video, coming all the way from Western North America, treats us to the sight of an albino mountain goat gracefully scaling a distant mountain. This majestic albino goat is a stunning sight, completely pure white and easily distinguishable from afar. Covered in thick, snowy fur, it exudes a unique and beautiful aura. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell an albino mountain goat apart from a regular white one? Well, albino mountain goats have pink noses and hooves, and their coats tend to be even whiter compared to their non-albino counterparts. In this particular video, although not crystal clear, a slight pinkish hue on the goat's hooves hints at its rare albino status. Take a look at this creature. Doesn't it resemble something you'd expect to encounter in a movie on another planet? This weirdly shaped creature is, in fact, a monkey slug caterpillar, and it often gets mistaken for a hairy spider, or sometimes even for a moldy leaf. The larva of this creature sports 6 hairy arms that curl out on either side of its body. Its extremely short alien-like tentacles serve as legs, and its prolegs act like suction cups, giving it a slug-like appearance when viewed belly side up. Watching this creature in action, with its minuscule legs and oddly long arms, is strangely mesmerizing. In some instances, a quick glance might lead someone to mistake it for a peculiar tarantula. Despite its appearance resembling a nightmare from another world, the monkey slug caterpillar is, in fact, relatively harmless. Scientists have tested the spider hairs for venom and found them to be innocuous. However, caution is still advised. My advice to you is to refrain from touching or grabbing this creature willingly, as individual sensitivities or allergies are variable and unpredictable. In the world, there are 2 kinds of people: those who have researched and believe in the existence of aliens, and others, like myself, who consider aliens to be nothing more than a product of human imagination. However, after encountering this video from the US Air Force, even skeptics like me might need to reconsider their stance. The footage captures the night sky, revealing an unidentified flying object gracefully soaring through the air. This object appears to resemble a spaceship, complete with a plate-like structure and a pilot cabin at its forefront. The video even includes close-up shots of the spaceship's cockpit, where 2 alien-like figures are observed piloting the craft. These beings bear an uncanny resemblance to the aliens commonly depicted in movies. Notably, the spaceship appears to be flying at a relatively low altitude, prompting speculation that, if genuine, it might be navigating Earth's surface. The image captured from the cockpit provides a fascinating glimpse of curious-looking aliens. Additionally, it's impressive that the US Air Force possesses cameras capable of zooming in to such an extent, capturing distant objects in the night sky. We all know plants are alive, but have you ever seen one take a walk? A branch with leaves is moving and grooving. It scoots across the pavement like it has tiny feet. At first, you might think it's some sneaky leaf bugs in disguise. But zoom in closer, and it's clear. These are real leaves, firmly attached to the branch. The most puzzling part? Other leaves are scattered around, perfectly still. So what's making this one take a stroll? Is it magic? A mischievous wind spirit? The answer might be simpler. Wind could be playing tricks, pushing the branch in a way that makes it look like it's walking. But hey, that doesn't stop the mystery. Ever seen a bird that looks like it came straight out of hell? There's a weird video going crazy on TikTok. It shows a strange bird people are calling the opium bird. They say it's the first one ever seen in Antarctica. In the video, the bird looks totally out of place. It's big and covered in white fur, with a long beak and eyes that seem empty. The whole thing is just kinda creepy, and it just sits there. But hold on, this bird might not be all it seemed. The video actually has 3 clips showing different opium birds, and all of them have something red dripping from their beaks. Plus, the whole look of the bird seems a bit unreal. Turns out, this whole thing was a trick. The opium bird isn't real. It was created using special effects computers. So while the video might make you jump at first, there's no need to worry about a monster bird hanging out in Antarctica. Imagine you're looking out your window, and in the house across the street, you see this.
Tap it on the window out. There.
Yeah.
Top window.
Yeah.
This video from California has viewers on the edge of their seats. The clip, filmed by a neighbor, captures a sight straight out of a spooky movie. It shows what appears to be an empty house across the street. A strange humanoid shadow darts across an upstairs window in an unnaturally swift motion. The figure then vanishes, only to reappear moments later in a downstairs window, seemingly staring directly at the camera. Needless to say, this was a really scary and bizarre sight. However, this encounter has sparked a debate. Is it a genuine paranormal experience, or something more down to earth? While the video is unsettling, I believe it could be a clever prank. A cardboard cutout figure, strategically placed and moved between windows, could explain the swift movements and reappearance. On a sunny day, along the shores of New Jersey, beachgoers were in for an unexpected twist when they stumbled upon a mysterious sight. A vibrant blue button, bobbing along the waves and finally coming to rest on the sandy shore. The sudden appearance of this bizarre object left everyone scratching their heads in wonder and excitement. This wasn't your average beach trinket. This button was actually a living creature called a blue button, also known as a Portuguese man-o'-war's close relative, the by-the-wind sailor. Despite its cute, button-like appearance, the blue button packs a surprising punch. Its vibrant blue body is adorned with feather-like tentacles that deliver a mild sting, enough to make your hand feel a bit tingly and uncomfortable. While they might look like jellyfish at first glance, these fascinating creatures belong to a different group entirely. They're classified as hydrozoans, colonies of tiny predators related to true jellyfish. So next time you're strolling along the Jersey shore and spot a blue button bobbing in the waves, admire it from afar. These little buttons, while visually captivating, carry a hidden sting. Living in India, watch out for the karate monkeys. In this video from a shop's security camera, the street scene unfolds with an elderly person strolling casually. Suddenly, a monkey appears on the scene, charging towards something. To everyone's surprise, it targets the old man directly. The monkey executes a strong, two-legged kick, sending the poor man tumbling to the ground. After the attack, displaying its natural agility and parkour skills, the monkey swiftly jumps onto a nearby car and makes a quick getaway. This unexpected encounter raises concerns, as the situation could have taken a more severe turn, especially if the elderly man had hit his head on something during the fall. If you're in India, it's crucial to stay vigilant and be cautious around these mischievous primates to avoid potential encounters like this one. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari. where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight.
Ja, dat is ook niet ziet. Dat zag je net wel, hè?
Ja, maar hij presenteert ons
suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. While some may speculate that it's a baboon, the unique and potentially damaged appearance of its face raises questions. I think that it could have faced confrontations with other baboons, which is common as they vie for territory. What are your thoughts on this strange creature sighting? This video was being recorded by two sisters just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while. But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, This video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the three men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human, however, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? This video features a moment straight out of nature's wildest ones, and it is for anyone who thinks they can outrun a bear. As this man was recording the woods from a helicopter, he spots a bear wandering nearby. As they were looking to get better footage of it, the bear got scared of the sound and started running. As you all can already see, the bear did not just run, but it was in a full-blown sprint at a speed I am sure none of us could outmatch. In case any one of you is thinking that you can outrun a bear, you can already see here that you stand no chance, because these mighty beasts will not just catch up in no time, but also tear you apart with little to no effort. Trail cameras always come in handy, especially when it comes to capturing spooky stuff happening in the darkest times, in the deepest regions. Take this clip for instance. At first all we could see was just some deer grazing and having a nice time, but it wasn't until the deer turned towards the trees and started staring there that we sensed that something weird was happening there. If we slow down and stabilize the background a little, we can see that a weird light appeared there for a while. It moved a little before disappearing. What was it? Was it an alien or something completely different? Does anyone have an explanation? This clip was recorded by a girl who was out with her family camping in the woods. Soon enough, she decided to wander there, leaving her family behind and venturing deep into the woods to explore. At first, it was normal with nothing but gigantic trees and bushes everywhere. But it did not take her long to spot something in a far distance that looked like a huge animal hiding. She got scared. However, she kept recording whatever she was seeing. Although very blurry, we can clearly see it resembles the perfect description of Bigfoot. But what is amazing from other videos capturing Bigfoot is that we can actually see the feet. The creature, upon moving its leg, reveals what looks like to be a white foot, which is quite interesting if we consider it to be a Bigfoot. As the video was uploaded on YouTube, everyone had mixed reactions. To some, it was a real Bigfoot, and for others, it was someone with a suit on. I will leave it up to you to decide which is the case. Wilderness holds a lot more secrets than we can ever imagine, and this clip is a total testament to that. This man went into the woods to get some fresh air and calm his mind, but he did not expect to leave with memories that will haunt him for life. For the first few minutes, nothing is out of ordinary, just the guy filming the river and looking around. But then he soon started hearing rustling sounds, as if a huge animal was walking somewhere not too far from him. Obviously scared, as any of us should be, he stops right there to look at what was making the sounds, and it did not take him long to spot the creature. As the creature appears on the camera, it resembled a hairy humanoid face, just peering at him from behind a tree. Realizing it is not an animal, but rather the supposedly Bigfoot, he goes closer to get a better view, but the creature seems to shy away, and we can see it running away. After a while of chasing, he is still unable to find it again, so he stops the recording. Was it a real Bigfoot? The face looked pretty authentic, but we can't say for sure based on the body size when it was moving, as it was way too far away and covered by the trees. This happened in India a couple of years ago, when late at night a security camera recorded something very strange. At first, it was just one or two vehicles on the road, and everything seemed normal. But soon, two men appear on the road coming from the same side. The man in the front looks like he was being very careful of the one behind him. Soon enough, the suspicions become reality when the man starts pushing the other one on the ground, and then tries to rob him of his belongings. And that's when things took a scary turn. From the looks of it, I think some kind of shadow is coming out of the victim, as if trying to protect him. In a second, the shadow is back into the man from where it emerged. I know it might seem hard to look at it, but have a look at the night vision images. We can clearly spot the third figure emerging from the victim, right? What exactly happened there? The identity of both the men remained unknown, which led to no proper explanation. There is a chance that it could be fake and edited. What do you think? Nature is ruthless, and the evidence for that is just everywhere. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. These are all scary, especially when people are not prepared for them. Most of the time, animals get caught in such destruction, and this clip shows exactly that. As the storm hits the house, the dog who was wandering in the front yard gets almost taken away by the strong wind. Though luck was on the dog's side that day, maybe it had an additional meal and that kept him from getting taken away. And as for humans, they need to protect their pets just as they'd protect themselves. A group of people were standing on a bridge recording videos, perhaps discussing the local fauna, when something weird happened.
I don't understand why. I don't think anybody What was that?
Hey guys, everybody stay in.
A scary loud sound was heard from the back. Surprised, they moved the cameras towards the spot where the noise came from. Still trying to find what was happening, they kept recording, and after a second, 2 snaps were heard.
No, like we last heard like something fighting in the bushes over there.
I heard something.
What is it?
Oh my god. What the hell is it?
As if someone was breaking the branches of the trees, and it took them a second to see the culprit behind all this.
Oh my god. What the hell is that?
Oh, what the hell? What the hell is that? What is that?
What is that?
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god.
What is that?
Guys, that's a
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. It's furry. It's got fur on it.
A gigantic creature was spotted running between the trees, as if trying not to be seen by the humans. The creature had a furry body and was leaping like a human. The appearance only directed at one thing. It was the Bigfoot. So they all thought it would be better to just let it go instead of following it around and getting themselves in a potentially dangerous situation. The video was later uploaded on the internet and gained a lot of attention from everyone. Was it fake or was it real? Uploaded on YouTube in 2015, this thing had everyone who saw it in shock. A long green-colored slimy creature was seen slithering on the ground. However, it looked more like a jelly than a living creature. It had a flat, slimy body which resembled a worm. But what came next was more perplexing. It extended its tongue for a considerable distance, as if it was looking for something with it. But let me tell you, it is a green ribbon worm, part of an unusual group of creatures that can protect themselves with toxin-laden mucus. I have to warn you, if you see one of these, don't touch them. Uploaded on Facebook by a man who claimed he had recorded a monster in a thunderstorm. This video went viral as soon as it hit the internet. It shows a massive creature forming in the sky in the midst of a scary thunderstorm. But then the creature turns, showing its eyes in the camera as well. Soon enough, the pair of scary glowing eyes is completely apparent on the camera. However, ask me and I would say the video looks like it has been edited and probably might be fake. What do you think? This video is nightmare fuel for anyone who hates bugs. 3 friends stumbled upon a gruesome sight, a dead locust lying on the ground. But the real horror awaited them as they took a closer look.
That was a zombie cricket,
That's
dude.
crazy.
That thing was getting
I did
controlled
not
by
see
those
that.
parasites.
Like after I stepped on it, it looked dead, right?
Eerie, tentacle-like things were writhing and emerging from the locust's body. Each wriggling appendage seemed to move independently, intertwining with the others in a truly unsettling display. The friends, understandably creeped out, decided to take action by burning the whole thing down, which in my eyes was a pretty good move. But what exactly were these strange tentacles? They are a parasite known as the horsehair worm. These slender, roundworm parasites live up to their name, resembling long horsehairs. They're about the width of dental floss and can grow several inches long. These creepy crawlies target insects like locusts, cockroaches, and beetles, taking up residence inside their unfortunate hosts. The worms then slowly consume their victims from the inside out. Once the insect dies, the horsehair worms emerge, leaving a horrifying scene like the one captured in the video. So the next time you see an insect, you might think twice about squishing it. This spooky video from Russia has some serious ghost story vibes. The clip, reportedly captured by a security guard, shows a scene straight out of a legend, the mall spirit.
Olha ela ali. Já é a segunda vez essa semana. Eu tive que filmar para mostrar.
This video was recorded at the closing time at the mall, and everything is shut down. But the security guard isn't alone just yet. On camera, he spots a figure mysteriously ascending the stairs of a mall. When he reaches the stairs, the figure is gone, vanished into thin air. Suddenly, the guard hears frantic footsteps behind him.
Ai meu Jesus! Ai! Ai! Ai meu Deus! Ai!
Now, is this video legit or a clever hoax? We don't know for sure, but one thing's for certain. The way the figure disappears and reappears is enough to send shivers down your spine, and the security guard's terrified reaction only adds to the mystery. That if you live near woods and hear strange screams for help at night, it's best to call the police because some person might be in trouble. However, that is not always the case. A homeowner recently uploaded a video on Facebook capturing the eerie noises emanating from the nearby woods. Intrigued, he ventured out to investigate further, only to discover that the voices sounded like a human yelling for help, but accompanied by unsettling growls. Some viewers suggested the possibility of skinwalkers, beings known for transforming into other living forms to deceive and lure unsuspecting individuals. It is also especially known that skinwalkers try to imitate voices. However, they are not very good at it. Just listen again. In such a situation, the best course of action is to call the police, allowing trained professionals to assess and handle the situation appropriately. Ever heard of the Michigan monster legend, the Dog Man? Well, if you haven't, this video is about to give you a glimpse of what it's like to have one in your area. The footage shows a street, and the guy eagerly zooms in on something in the distance. You can clearly see there's this dog-like creature jumping around in a really strange way. As the creature leaps, you can see its legs and arms, which look like a mix between a human and a dog. According to the guy recording, this creature appeared to be on the hunt in the neighborhood, making all kinds of scary sounds.
What the fuck is that?
I used to think that dogmen were just myths, but after watching this video, I've got to admit, it's adding another thing to my to-fear list. The video originates from an explorer who frequently delves into abandoned structures in forested areas. During one such exploration, he encountered an abandoned cottage-like house in the heart of the forest. Before entering, he recorded the surroundings of the house. However, upon reviewing the footage later, he made a chilling discovery, something peeking through the side windows of the house. The explorer initially missed this during the exploration, as it was concealed in the darkness. Upon freezing the frame and zooming in, it becomes apparent that the entity is a tall, humanoid creature. Unfortunately, the obscured appearance and lack of facial features make it challenging to discern more details. The eerie aspect is that this creature was present in an abandoned house deep within the dense forest. The motives of this mysterious creature remain unknown. Its presence raises questions about why it would choose to stay in such an isolated and abandoned location. The unsettling nature of the discovery adds an element of mystery to the explorer's adventure. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away. Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. Do you believe in aliens? Well, if you're not sure, this video might just make you reconsider. It's from a farmer who stumbled upon something intriguing in his farm soil. At first, the creature he discovered seems like a regular worm, but then it does something really surprising. It shoots out a white root-like thing from its front, resembling something you'd see in an alien movie. This root attaches itself to the farmer's hand, and after a few seconds, the creature sucks the white substance back in. To me, it looks like this white substance might be the insides of the worm, and it's as if the worm threw its insides out on the farmer's hand, and then sucked it all back in. It's a truly bizarre sight, and I have no idea if this creature is from our world. If you know anything about it, feel free to share in the comments. Encountering something unknown or strange can be unsettling, but being stalked by it takes fear to a whole new level. In this video from a hiker, we get a glimpse of distant bushes with something lurking within. This mysterious creature keeps peeking its head out, observing and following the cameraman's every move. From its appearance, the creature seems quite humanoid, with an all-white body. When it peeks, we notice it has no hair and lacks typical human features, except for its nose, ears, and eyes. The creature also appears tall, easily peering over the tall bushes. It's genuinely frightening to witness something unknown, especially when you can't identify it at first. Towards the end of the video, the creature reveals itself to the hiker, causing the hiker to startle and quickly bolt away from the scene. This video is from a popular hiker and explorer, showcasing his journey into a forest. While he records himself, there's something large and black trailing behind him in the background. Surprisingly, the hiker seems oblivious to the potential threat and continues to explore casually. After taking a few more steps, the black figure appears again, this time much closer. Up close, it becomes apparent that this creature resembles what people commonly refer to as Bigfoot. Although it's not as large, it's shorter, with a wide body, covered in thick black fur, resembling a peculiar gorilla or ape. One frustrating aspect of the video is that it ends suddenly when the creature is close to the hiker, leaving us in suspense about what happened next. Exploring abandoned houses can lead to some unforgettable experiences, and that's exactly what unfolds in this video. The camera captures a massive house with a creepy, old haunted atmosphere. As the cameraman explores, something catches his attention passing by a second-floor window, sending a shiver down his spine.
Yo, what the f is that? What the f is that?
Moments later, the mysterious figure reappears. Upon slowing down the footage, it becomes apparent that this creature is remarkably tall, only revealing its body covered in what appears to be black fur. Some viewers speculate that it might be a Bigfoot inhabiting the abandoned house, but I doubt it, considering Bigfoots typically prefer secluded, dense woods to hide rather than dwelling in houses. Regardless of what it was, my advice to the explorer is to leave the house undisturbed. After all, it seems someone or something else has already claimed it. Many believe that dogs can perceive things beyond human senses, and this video serves as evidence of that notion. The footage captures a group of dogs barking fervently into the darkness, clearly alarmed by something lurking in the distance. The cameraman then directs our attention to where the dogs are focused, revealing the head of a tall figure standing behind the stairs. This enigmatic figure remains still for a moment, and its towering presence becomes evident. After a while, the figure emerges from behind the stairs, revealing a humanoid, ghost-like creature with a hunched back. Due to the darkness, the details of its appearance remain unclear, but the overall impression is undeniably terrifying. The dog's agitation and fear now seem entirely justified in the face of this eerie presence. Bigfoots have remained a mystery since forever. Again and again, people spotted them in the darkest and deepest places. But there are times when Bigfoots are spotted roaming around in the wild in broad daylight as well. For instance, take this video recorded in 2006 by a man named Harley Hoffman, where a Bigfoot was spotted on cameras as he was recording the area. It was huge and had its whole body covered with black hair. The creature, or the Bigfoot, was going somewhere in quite a hurried manner, and the man had to be safe while getting a proper glimpse of it on camera as well. So even though a small chunk, it shows the creature in the most vivid manner. If we talk about the authenticity of the clip, for me, the way the creature was moving and its appearance give the video a genuine look. What do you think? Night has always held secrets beyond our imaginations. For the curious who wander in the deepest regions just to uncover secrets, sometimes things get way scarier than they had ever imagined. For instance, these guys were out at night for a late drive, enjoying the narrow road between the thick bushes and high trees. However, as they moved forward on the path, they saw a creepy figure that sent shivers down their spine. It looked like a person covered in a brown robe, standing on a corner. It did not move at all as the car passed by it. However, the men in the car were surely shaken by this. Also, if we zoom in, I think I can make up a cross around the figure's neck, which makes now the whole individual to appear as a monk. Could this be the ghost of a monk who lost their life in a violent way around those places? What do you think? Just as I mentioned, people love wandering in the deepest regions and many times come out traumatized. Take these, for example. These people had heard about an abandoned tunnel from the World Wars and knew about the rumors of the tunnel being haunted through the locals. But that did not stop them from leaping into the deep tunnel and wandering around to look for any treasure they were supposed to find there. However, instead of what they were trying to find, they encountered a weird figure. In the tunnel, inches away from them, a human-like figure appeared as if walking away from them, and then disappeared in a moment as well. It looked like a human wearing a white uniform. Could it be the lost soul of a military medic? The men turned back and ran away, and the mystery of the ghost remains the same. Whether it was an altered video or whether they actually captured a ghost is a question which remains unanswered, and I will leave that to you to decide. This clip was recorded by a man who ventured into the forest late at night for a purpose unknown to us. He appeared to be alone and had a string flashlight on. When he couldn't find whatever he came here to look for, he turned the light off, and that's when the scary part began. What he recorded made him question what that thing he saw that night was. It was a weird orange flickering that started happening as soon as the man turned his light off, as if someone was there waiting for the lights to go out to start with its scary ritual. The man couldn't bear what he was seeing for much longer, so he ran as fast as he could back to his car. However, the scene that he had witnessed then was enough to give him nightmares for weeks. Personally, it looked like a pretty scary experience, even if it was a prank or something. A woman was busy recording a detailed video of her neighborhood, trying to capture the church right across her street. What she was trying to capture was a figure which, according to her, roamed around their area. As soon as she moved the camera towards the towering trees, she happened to see the exact figure she was talking about. According to her, the figure appears at the exact same spot every couple of days, but as soon as they try to get closer to it, they see nothing, like it vanishes into the wood. The figure, to me, looked like a man wandering aimlessly, like he is lost. Considering the lady mentions the figure disappears as soon as you get close to it, I would consider it to be a lost soul. What do you think? Wandering around in an abandoned building, this man came across something that terrified him to the core. As he moved up the stairs, he sensed something was wrong, and as he focused on the window in front of him, he knew where it was coming from. A figure started appearing on the window gradually, and after a moment, it started getting clearer and clearer, and developed into a proper girl with her hair on her face and a white dress on. After the man got a proper hold of what he was seeing, he thought it was better to run for his life than explore the abandoned and now haunted building anymore. Was it a real ghost encounter, a cleverly edited video, or something else entirely? The answer remains open to your interpretation, inviting you all to draw your own conclusions. Titanoboas have long been extinct. However, time after time, videos come up on the internet where we see snakes so large that we are forced to rethink their extinction. And to prove, we have this clip. We have a gigantic snake slithering around in the water in the Amazon River. Even the fisherman was surprised at what it was looking at. Was it just another anaconda? Or was the size too big for an anaconda and it could be the infamous long extinct Titanoboa? With the video so short and just a little glimpse of the snake, nothing could be said for sure. I know for a fact that there are very big snakes around that area, but that one looked way too huge. Sometimes nature surprises you from where you have never even imagined, and 9 out of 10 times it is as deadly as anything can be. Take this clip for instance. The man was coming home when the Ring camera mounted on the door recorded him almost hitting into a giant snake hanging on the door. He backed away at the right time, or the snake would have attacked, and it would have ended up really badly for the man. I am thankful this never happened to me, as it would have made me paranoid to even enter my house. This clip was recorded by a man who was walking in the middle of the woods like his usual day when he heard branches breaking from a side. Surprised and curious, he turned to look that way, and all he could lay his eyes on was a huge creature walking quickly between the trees. The creature was gigantic, had its body completely covered with hair, had a human-like walk, and looked like it was in quite a hurry. The man, astonished, saw the Bigfoot moving in front of his eyes and couldn't even move an inch until it was gone. This video, according to the man, is more than just footage. It's a warning that we humans need to beware. Skunk ape is quite famous in the United States, and notably in Florida, among people who are interested in myths and mythical creatures. This is something they had dreamt of witnessing, at least once in their lifetime, and a man actually ended up not just seeing it with his own eyes, but also recording it on his camera. According to the man who uploaded this video, was going around in the woods, following the small signs he could find, and then he started hearing rustling sounds coming from a side. As soon as he moved the camera up, he could clearly see a huge figure busy with something behind the bushes. He recorded it for around 30 to 40 seconds, and all that time the creature wandered around before leaving the area. Are you among those who question the existence of extraterrestrial life, or do you find yourself intrigued by the possibility? The following video, captured in Russia in 2022, might just sway even the most skeptical minds. The footage documents a citywide alarm triggered by the presence of an unidentified flying object in the sky. Initially resembling a plane, a closer inspection reveals it differs significantly from any known aircraft. The object has a bullet-like shape and moves at a remarkably high speed. Strangely, towards the end of the video, the object seemingly vanishes into thin air, giving the impression of teleportation. Witnessing such an event would undoubtedly evoke a sense of fear, considering the blaring sirens and the unusual sight of this unidentified object zipping through the sky, creating an atmosphere reminiscent of doomsday. In this video, a streamer recorded something quite unsettling during their live stream. They were in a forest, and suddenly at a distance, a tall and dark figure passed by. The streamer noticed it and seemed a bit surprised or scared. This figure looked very tall and appeared to be covered in dark fur. Some people think it might be a gorilla or an ape, but its height makes some folks believe it could be the legendary creature known as Bigfoot. This was a historic moment, because it was the first time anyone had ever captured a possible Bigfoot encounter during a live stream in real life. This intriguing video, shared by a villager, has the potential to challenge the beliefs of those skeptical about extraterrestrial life. The footage captures a villager on a late-night patrol near a river close to his house. Armed with a flashlight, he encounters a truly strange and unsettling sight. A motionless, alien-like figure situated along the riverbank. This humanoid creature stands out with its entirely white body. After a period of stillness, the enigmatic figure, seemingly aware of the flashlight's presence, dives into the river, disappearing without a trace. This encounter raises questions and sparks contemplation about the potential existence of unfamiliar beings from other worlds. What are your thoughts on this strange and eerie sighting of a creature that seems to defy our understanding of the known? This video, shared on Reddit by an explorer, documents a nighttime adventure exploring an abandoned residential building. From the beginning, the inside exudes an eerie and unsettling atmosphere. The building, seemingly in a state of construction abandonment, takes on an eerie appearance. As the explorer progresses down a hallway, they are confronted with a startling sight. A hunched figure at the end of the corridor. The figure, resembling a creepy human engaged in some mysterious activity, remains motionless. The explorer zooms in, revealing that this figure is a shirtless individual seated in the corner.
Yo. You need some help, bro? Yo.
Attempts to communicate with the figure go unanswered, prompting the explorer to cautiously leave the building. While it could be a homeless person under the influence of drugs, the possibility of a more disturbing scenario cannot be entirely dismissed. This video, originating from Facebook, was captured by a group of friends who share a passion for exploring caves. The footage unfolds with a view of a cave, illuminated by the glow of flashlights guiding the way. Suddenly, someone or something passes by the distant beams of light of the explorers. In response, they hasten toward the figure, only to find it vanished mysteriously. Despite thorough searching, no one is found in the vicinity. The creature, resembling a humanoid figure with considerable height, prompts thoughts of Bigfoot. However, The idea that Bigfoot resides deep within caves seems unlikely. Adding to the intrigue, the uploader mentions in the description that the cave was originally sealed with branches and stones, and they had to open it for exploration. This revelation raises the possibility that the cave might serve as a dwelling for the mysterious creature, with the explorers unwittingly becoming uninvited guests in its home. This next video claims to capture a possible Bigfoot sighting. A couple hiking the scenic trails captured this intriguing footage. While the wife, who was filming, didn't notice anything unusual recording at the time, her husband reacted to a sound coming from the woods. Later, reviewing the footage back home, they got the surprise of their lives. In the distance, amidst the trees, a dark figure is faintly visible. Completely black and seemingly covered in thick fur, the creature appears to stand tall with a humanoid upper body. Zooming in on a screenshot, some viewers point out 2 shades of black, suggesting a possible facial area. Many who've seen the video believe it could be Bigfoot. While the blurry footage leaves room for interpretation, it certainly adds fuel to the legend of this elusive creature. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. The Netherlands, known for its picturesque landscapes of canals, tulips, and windmills, might have a new unsettling claim to fame after this video. The footage, captured on a Dutch beach, shows something strange washed ashore. From a distance, it resembles a piece of driftwood, but as the camera zooms in, the true nature of the object becomes clear. This isn't driftwood. It's a long, slender creature with a large mouth and 2 small appendages near its head. It appears lifeless, motionless in the sand. Perhaps it succumbed to the dangers lurking beneath the waves. The creature's size is estimated to be around 5 to 6 meters, adding to the mystery. Its entire form evokes a sense of confusion and intrigue. Have you ever seen anything like this? Share your thoughts and help us unravel the mystery in the comments below. This video from Russia will have your heart racing. It shows a man being chased by a formidable foe, a large black bear. The man is in full sprint, desperately trying to outrun the powerful beast. The snow-covered ground adds to the danger, as a single slip could be disastrous. Onlookers in their cars honk their horns, hoping the noise will deter the bear, but it remains relentless. The chase leads them through the town, a dramatic scene unfolding on the streets. Finally, the man manages to outrun the bear, leaving it standing in the middle of the road. However, in an unfortunate twist, the bear is then clipped by an oncoming bus. Thankfully, the bear emerges from under the bus unharmed, and both the man and the animal walk away from this encounter unscathed. Talk about a scene straight out of a horror movie. This video from Africa shows what appears to be the undead. The footage opens with strange clawed paws protruding from the ground. The cameraman cautiously reaches out and touches them, and to his surprise, they wiggle. It becomes clear this creature is very much alive. Suddenly, the sleepy culprit pops out, which is an armadillo, looking a little startled and definitely not happy to be interrupted. The armadillo gives the camera a don't bother me look before promptly burrowing back underground, disappearing as quickly as it arrived. While the sight might be a little unusual, it's actually quite natural. Armadillos are known for digging burrows to protect themselves from the elements and predators. This one was simply catching some sleep in its comfy underground haven when it was unexpectedly woken up. So, next time you see a mysterious set of claws poking out of the ground, remember it might just be a grumpy armadillo catching some shut-eye. This next video from a fisherman on YouTube has the internet buzzing about a bizarre catch. The video shows the fisherman proudly displaying a truly strange creature in his hand. It appears to be a mashup of an octopus and a jellyfish. It had features like long, stringy tentacles, like an octopus, but with a body resembling a jellyfish with a weird, textured skin. The creature even moves in a similar way to an octopus. Adding to the oddity, the tentacles seem to sport small, spiky hairs. This unusual creature is definitely head-turning, but the real shocker is the fisherman, casually handling it with his bare hands. Considering the complete mystery surrounding this creature, if I was in the place of the fisherman, I would have been really concerned about potential dangers, like unknown toxins. This video captures the raw power of nature in a way that's both awe-inspiring and a little terrifying. It shows a massive waterspout forming off the coast of Brazil, as filmed by a homeowner on a nearby island. Despite the distance from which the video was captured, the sheer size of this waterspout is undeniable. It stretches towards the sky, its funnel clouds swirling rapidly. The wind noise picked up by the camera's microphone gives a sense of the incredible power at play. While these waterspouts can range in speed from near standstill to over 60 miles per hour, this one appears to be moving at a moderate pace, estimated around 15 to 16 miles per hour. Thankfully, the video shows the waterspout weakening as it approaches land, eventually dissipating before reaching the residential area. This is a crucial point, as these moisture-laden tornadoes can be incredibly destructive when they make landfall. This video from Thailand has the internet buzzing with speculation. It shows a camera crew gathered around a strange creature spotted in the water. As the camera zooms in, the initial impression might be that of a sloth struggling to stay afloat. However, a closer look reveals a creature with a distinctively different body shape. It has thick fur and what appears to be a long arm, but only the upper half is visible. The video, uploaded to Facebook, sparked comments, suggesting it could be an orangutan due to its resemblance to the primate when wet. However, orangutans are not typically found in Thailand, fueling the confusion. So, what is this creature? The limited view makes definitive identification a challenge. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This video, captured by an aquatic life researcher, showcases a truly unusual creature, a sea slug. This slug isn't your typical garden variety. Its body has a soft, almost jelly-like texture and appears translucent, allowing a glimpse of its internal organs, which resemble a web-like structure. It moves in a unique way, extending its gooey body to navigate its environment. While not large, its movement might be considered unsettling by some viewers, with its squishy body and elongated shape. I don't know about you guys, but I can see a slender internal structure for a worm being digested by the creature. As it propels itself forward, it grips onto rocks and other objects with its body. Now, while the appearance might not be everyone's cup of tea, it's important to remember that this creature plays a vital role in the marine ecosystem. So, next time you see a strange creature in a video, remember that even the most unusual organisms have their place in the natural world, and they often play fascinating and crucial roles in their ecosystem. Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, But if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, His camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. While the family was busy having dinner, the man noticed something weird happening on the camera screen they had in their house. He spotted something unusual on the street and went closer to have a better look. However, still not understanding what it was, the man even shared the video recording on YouTube and also to the mainstream media. The clip showed a weird smoky figure gliding on the street. According to the family, it was a ghost, but many people on YouTube had other opinions. However, even if we consider it as a faulty camera, we can still see the speed with which the figure was floating. It looks a bit too eerie even for a camera glitch. Interested in communicating with spirits? Simply ask them for a sign. This video captures a household that experienced unexplained movements in their kitchen, prompting an investigation. The person recording the scene challenges the entity responsible for the disturbances to provide a sign.
Yeah, just give us a sign, guys, cause...
As soon as the request is made, a cup containing pencils spontaneously falls off the counter. The sudden occurrence startles everyone, leading them to hastily retreat. The strangeness of the situation is accentuated by the fact that there was no one near the counter and no visible strings or mechanisms that could have been used to make the cup drop. It appears that the spirit causing the earlier disturbances responded to the household's call, offering them the sign they sought. In a video shared by a seashell collector during a routine beachcombing adventure, something rare and peculiar was discovered. The collector, equipped with gripping tools, spotted an unusual object protruding from the sandy surface. With careful effort, he extracted the mysterious find, revealing a strange alien-like creature. To the collector's surprise, this creature had an unsettling lower side and a circular mouth surrounded by tentacles. Some viewers suggested it might be a trilobite, an extinct species of marine arthropods. However, trilobites are believed to have disappeared around 250 million years ago, making it highly improbable for the creature to be one of them. It could be something resembling a trilobite, or perhaps a prop designed to mimic it. Regardless, the discovery is both fascinating and a bit disconcerting, considering these creatures may be living hidden on beaches in such a peculiar manner. On Facebook, a user shared a video claiming to capture an eerie encounter with a strange-looking man wandering the streets in the middle of the night. In the video, the uploader describes how the mysterious figure is just standing beneath a sign, doing nothing.
There was somebody walking in that distance. It looks really, really sketchy.
The man recording is in a car, and as he begins to drive, the strange man mysteriously disappears from the spot.
Where did they go? I don't know where they went.
Confused and now genuinely scared, the driver spots the strange man again. But this time, he is standing on the side of the road. Growing increasingly worried, the driver cautiously passes by the strange man, who maintains a fixed stare. Suddenly, the creepy man jumps onto the car, prompting the driver to speed away. Upon freezing the frame for a closer look, the video reveals the eerie features of the man. Wide eyebrows, large alien-like eyes, and an exceptionally broad nose. To me, it was a truly frightening encounter, and I think it was the driver's quick reaction that likely prevented a more unsettling situation.
Oh, what the f***? Oh, what the f***?
If you happen to own a Tesla, you're probably familiar with its self-driving mode, a nifty driving assistant that alerts you about approaching cars and pedestrians. But what if it started detecting spirits and ghosts? In this video, a Tesla owner shares a peculiar experience while driving at night. In the video, confusion sets in as the Tesla sensors indicate a person in front of the car. The driver, however, looks ahead and sees no one. Even after using the car's headlights to illuminate the surroundings, there's still no sign of anyone. The logical explanation here is that Tesla relies on a mix of sensors and cameras to identify objects in its path. In this case, it's possible that the camera is interpreting the grass in front as a person, creating a rather strange and ghostly illusion on the Tesla screen. But who knows, maybe there is some strange entity out there, and the car was able to pick its presence. When people mention adopting a pet, we usually think of cats or dogs. However, in Russia there's a unique third option, bears. In a video from Russia, a man is seen hanging out with his enormous pet bear. The bear is impressively large, and the man seems completely at ease sitting beside it. The bear appears to have a friendly relationship with the man, even playfully snatching his hat. The man engages in conversation with the bear as if they're good friends. I've also come across other videos featuring the same bear, including one where they play fetch together. While it's heartwarming to witness, I can't help but wonder about the potential risks if the bear were to become agitated or upset. The sheer size and strength of a bear could pose a serious threat to its owner. This video was shared by a homeowner who, after noticing things missing from his house, decided to install a nanny cam in the living room. The footage captured is both terrifying and unsettling. In the video, we see the living room and a humanoid figure passes by on the left side. Strangely, this figure looks like a family member, but the homeowner insists that no one else was in the living room at that time. Only the dog, whose ears are just visible on the couch. The dog even turns its head toward the ghostly figure. The mysterious figure is dressed all in white, giving off ghostly vibes. Now that the homeowner has identified the suspect, they are seeking advice on what to do next. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Security cameras are designed to keep us safe, but occasionally, they capture things that make us feel uneasy. In this video, we get a view of a driveway and a street recorded by a home security camera at night. All seems quiet and normal until something peculiar begins to take shape across the road. A humanoid figure materializes and starts crossing the road. As it moves, the figure vanishes into thin air, just like it appeared. This mysterious entity appears transparent, resembling a ghost. However, some viewers have suggested that it might be a camera glitch caused by the glare of light on the camera. This video, said to be from Port Renfrew, British Columbia, shows a sighting of a creature that people are calling the mighty Bigfoot. The footage happens in a thick wooded area, and you can see a mysterious figure behind the trees. The creature looks huge, covered in thick black fur all over its body. At first it might seem like a bear, but when you look at the size in the video, it's bigger than a typical bear. Also, if you take a closer look, especially when you slow down the video around the 1-minute mark, you can see a single eye, and interestingly, it looks a bit like a humanoid. These unique features match with the descriptions usually linked to Bigfoot sightings. As for how real the video is, it seems pretty genuine. The footage is clear, and there are no obvious signs of it being manipulated. What do you think about this interesting video? This video, which got a lot of attention in 2012, shows a hiker going on an adventure in a snowy forest and catching a rare sight. As the video starts, you see a beautiful scene of a forest covered in snow. However, In the distance, there's a big figure walking around. The creature is hard to see at first, hidden by the thick trees, but towards the end of the video it comes a bit closer, showing more human-like features. This tall creature, similar to the one mentioned before, is covered in thick black fur and stands in a really human-like way. But there's something annoying about this video that when the creature was almost visible up close, the video ends. However, to me it seems like the hiker might have been surprised by how close the creature was, so they quickly turned off the camera and left in a hurry, thinking their safety is way more important than the footage. Would you have done the same? There's a strange fascination that people have with exploring desolate places at night, and this video from India illustrates the consequences of such ventures. In it, a visibly frightened man finds himself in the midst of a forest, expressing a sense of cold and fear. As he records his surroundings, a bone-chilling snorting noise emanates from the darkness ahead, prompting the man to break into a run. Upon closer examination, slowing down the video reveals not just one, but two enigmatic figures pursuing him. These entities bear a resemblance to Slender Man, with a slightly diminished height but featuring the same faceless visage. The authenticity of this video seems plausible, adding to the eerie atmosphere. However, the lingering question remains: what compelled this individual to venture at such a late hour? The original source of this footage remains unknown, but it has garnered significant popularity within the Spanish-speaking community. In the video recorded by a hiker, a ghostly figure emerges in the heart of a forest, resembling a witch. As the hiker zooms in, the unsettling and devil-like facial features of this creature become more apparent. The entity exudes an aura of pure malevolence, adorned with long nails, and appears engaged in some mysterious activity with a cloth hanging on a rope. What heightens the unease for me is the witch's direct and piercing stare, seemingly delving into the viewer's soul. Adding to the eerie narrative, the hiker recounts being cautioned by locals about the haunting presence of a witch's spirit in the forest. Despite such warnings, the hiker initially dismissed them as mere rumors. Many of the reported Bigfoot sightings seem to be concentrated in Canadian forests, suggesting that Canada might be a hub for these legendary figures. This particular video originates from the Canadian National Parks of Banff, Alberta. The footage unfolds in a snowy wooded area, with the person recording the video clearly uneasy by something unseen. The camera pans and zooms, attempting to identify the source of the unease. Suddenly, the cause of the disturbance becomes evident. A massive head can be seen peeking out from behind a tree, seemingly stalking the cameraman. The head is imposing, resembling that of a hefty gorilla or ape. The intriguing part is that Canada lacks a native gorilla or ape population, further deepening the mystery of this creature's identity. However, the cameraman, convinced that it was indeed a Bigfoot, claims to have encountered it earlier. The truly unsettling aspect of this video for me is the massive creature lurking and stalking from behind a tree. If I were in the cameraman's position, instead of recording, the instinct to run away without looking back would likely be my choice. Trail cameras offer a fascinating glimpse into scenes that might be unsafe or impractical to witness in person. In this particular trail camera footage, the focus is on a fence, and on the other side, a calm raccoon leisurely strolls about, engrossed in its activities. Meanwhile, in the backdrop of pitch-black darkness, a pair of glowing eyes emerges. These eyes exude an unsettling aura as they lock onto the camera, revealing the head of a creature that resembles a bear or a similar animal. Even if the creature is identified as a bear, the disconcerting aspect lies in the uncertainty of its gaze. I can't make out whether it's fixated on the raccoon or staring directly at us through the camera lens. The mysterious and eerie nature of the scene heightens the intrigue. What are your thoughts on this encounter captured by the trail camera? Embarking on forest trails can be a serene and calming experience, but when undertaken at night on an isolated path, it can unfold into an encounter like the one captured in this video from California. The footage features a hiker navigating a desolate trail in the darkness, relying on a flashlight to illuminate the path ahead. While walking, the hiker suddenly spots a large humanoid figure in the distance. This enigmatic creature, jet black and towering, crosses the trail seemingly oblivious to the hiker and the beam of the flashlight. The hiker, realizing the presence of this Bigfoot-like creature, promptly decides to run away. The encounter was very intense, and thank God that the hiker saw this creature from far away instead of going too near. The uncertainty of these encounters makes us wonder what these creatures can do if someone bothers them on the trail. Security cameras are intended to enhance our safety, yet occasionally they capture scenes that send shivers down our spines. In this surveillance video, the focus is on the front walk of a house, where an officer casually strolls into frame. However, a disconcerting element comes into view as something resembling a dog appears to follow him. Upon closer inspection, the eerie details unfold. This creature, initially mistaken for a dog, possesses short front legs and a hunched back. Examining the footage more closely reveals a humanoid-like figure with an unsettling posture, tailing the officer unbeknownst to him. It's confusing, and the creature's appearance becomes even more unnerving as it seems to be a hybrid form, akin to a human contorted into the shape of a dog. The ambiguity surrounding the nature of this entity intensifies the sense of fear. This video became really popular on Reddit because it supposedly captured the moment a giant was spotted in a forest. Filmed by a trail camera, the footage shows a forest scene, and as the camera zooms in, a huge creature covered in thick brown fur appears, busy with its own activities. The immense size of the upper body suggests a creature of significant proportions. Unfortunately, the video doesn't show the face of this mysterious being. While it could be a bear, the fact that the face isn't visible adds uncertainty. The question remains, was this really a sighting of a giant, or is it still a mystery, an unknown creature hiding in the depths of the forest? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.